Alright, got another Blitz game against the 1900 this time. Queen's Gambit. Accepted. I'm out of book. E3, I guess. So I could play d5 and then bishop b5 check or queen a4 check. Or I could gambit the d-pawn somehow. Let's just make a move. Let's try d5 this time. Knight c3. Alright, and we gotta protect the knight somehow. I can go queen a4, which threatens knight c7 check, but he's gonna go rook c8. Alright, let's just retreat the knight to c3, and then stick a bishop over here on f4. And retreat it to g3. Alright, now knight f3, castle kingside, put the rooks in the center, normal stuff. Except if I'm hanging a pawn, that wouldn't be good. Be normal for me, but it wouldn't be good. Alright, so what about, let's see, can we go queen b3, knight d5, rook d1, e6, I don't know. Let's go knight f3, and f3 takes. Maybe I can trade and go queen a4 check. Give that a shot. Don't want to allow queen e4 check, though. I was thinking about taking this pawn on a7, but I don't want to allow queen e4 check. So maybe I can just castle and then stick a rook on d1. Maybe the fact that he's underdeveloped is bad for him. Alright, I don't think I want to take on a7 because of queen e4 check, so maybe just queen c2. And then castle and rook d1. I'm down a pawn, but it's hard for him to get his king to safety. e6, castle kingside, bishop e7, or this. Shoot. Alright, I think I'm going to have to allow a queen trade because I don't want to stick my king on f1. And now we'll try to invade with the rooks and take advantage of the lead in development. Maybe just takes, rook c7. Takes, rook c7, rook d7, rook c8, rook d8, rook ac1. Let's try that. What? Oh, there's a knight guarding that rook. Did not see that. really bad. I don't know why I've lost my tactical focus, but I've got to get it back somehow. Alright, so maybe h4, take some space on the king side, and then play h5 to get his knight off of that square. But the knight's just going to go to f4 and d5. Yeah, but this allows rook c5. And I'm threatening some pawns here. Oh, he's going to... Okay, he just goes right over to d5. No, he takes my pawn with check, doesn't he? And then... Okay, that's fine. I get better king position, maybe that'll lead to something. And we can make a passed pawn on the queen side. And the knight is trapped as long as my king holds the f4 square. So actually, maybe I should have gone rook c1 to g1. Or just rook g5. Yeah, he sees that and decides not to allow it. What if I go rook back to c5 and then down to c1? Actually, if rook c1, there's going to be f5 check and rook d5 checkmate. So I can't do that. I can make him think I'm going to do that, though. We're going to try this. It gives me a passed pawn. I'm down a pawn, but his knight can't get out right now, so maybe that is worth something. It's not worth anything. God, this sucks. It sucks being in a slump. It really sucks. Imagine he'll play f5, I'll play knight b3 check, and try to make use of my pawn. I'm just going to pre-move king b4. I have no way to stop that, right? Oh, I can stop it, barely. I guess. Okay, we'll resign. Is that the resignation button? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna keep this video going until I win a game. Because this sucks. Knight c6. Are we supposed to go knight c3 and then d5? Something like that. And now take on d5 and play e4. That's probably what I'm supposed to do. Okay, he plays e5 now, I guess. Because if he doesn't, then he's not challenging me in the center. He played e6, which is probably not as good as e5. Knight f3. Maybe I can pin his knight and then try to win it, but that seems far-fetched. Okay, let's go bishop d3. I want to play e5. We want rooks on b1 and maybe d1. Let's get castle. I think I want a pawn on e5 so that this bishop doesn't get shut down. Okay, got shut down anyway. Let's put a rook on b1, make it harder for him to develop his light squared bishop. He goes g5. I'll just go queen c2, and then if he plays g4, I'll go knight back to d2. I could also go knight e1 and then try to stick the knight on f4. You know what? That seems like a good idea. Let's do that. From f4, this knight also will... Ooh, yeah, I'm going to be kind of weak on the light squares, aren't I? Maybe queen a4 then, bishop b7, bishop a6. But queen a4, knight takes e5 sucks. Alright, then what about bishop to b5, bishop b7, queen a4? I think he'll have to play knight b8. Okay, I'm going to stick this knight on f4 and try to take the e6 pawn. Oh, knight takes e6, he wants queen to d5. Okay. In that case, let's retreat the bishop, c4, and guard that square. Put another attacker on e6. Actually, after queen b3, he's going to have to defend e6 again. And then I can put a rook on d1 and go d5. Actually, d5 right now is interesting, because if I take back, and we trade, my queen's going to be attacking the rook on a8. And otherwise, I have regained some control of the long diagonal. Okay, so queen d4. And then we want to invade if the knight moves. I think I can make the knight move with bishop e3. Let's try that. Knight e6, queen d7. Okay, he hung that knight. We won a game. Let's see if we can keep the streak going. All right, Rui Lopez. I don't really know what knight c3 is. Can I go b5, b4? And then take on e4? Let's give it a shot. Oh, you know what? He's going to hit f7. So instead, let's play bishop c5. Okay, so what about playing b4 now? Oh, then he goes knight a4. Okay, I can grab a bishop if I want to. I don't see why not. Let's just play simply. Oh. Okay. All right, well, let's at least open the position so that I have some kind of... No, we have to move this bishop first so that there's not knight takes b5. I'm just going to push that guy back and go d5. Try to open up the bishops against his king side and make something of that. I'm going to go ahead and allow a queen trade and then try to reactivate this light squared bishop on the other side of the board. Okay. Well, what if I play d4? Is that anything? Let's give it a shot. Okay, we will activate this rook. I can attack on g2 with queen d4, but he can just defend it, I think. Alright, let's try to get rid of the queens. This sucks. Yeah, he should have just traded, I think, and then taken on g5. Now it looks like he might be hanging a queen to g4. Well, there's going to be f5, so not really. But he can play, yeah, play f5. Oh, but you know what? Now I have queen c6. Threatening mate and threatening his queen. Alright, that was a lucky comeback. Oh, come on. It's with check. Son of a... I still have rook g8, so it's not the end of the world. Might even be good for me. Alright, if knight takes d4, at least bishop c5 pins that guy. I should keep in mind, for whatever it's worth, that I do have the g4 square available to me because he can't take with the queen there. Alright, we're just going to go rook g6. He's got to defend his g2 pawn. What if we come around to the other side? If queen e4, I trade and play d3, I think. So we're down 2 pawns, though, so I mean, he's probably just still better there. Queen f4. Oh yeah, I don't have queen g2 anymore. For a couple of reasons. Okay, let's go queen up to d5, just to protect this guy, and hang this. No, the bishop's guarding it. I don't know what's going on with my tactics, but they royally suck. Okay, other rook over to g8. His pieces are really gummed up, so I might be doing okay here. Yeah, this looks winning for black, of course, with the extra rook. Probably just take this. I don't see why not. I've got that pin. Let's grab that before I forget. And since I have been screwing up everything recently, I'm just going... Oh, okay. Well, he's going to allow queen takes g3. Queen e4, check bishop f5. Alright, we got a win. Why don't we see if we can push it all the way to 2050. Up against 2100, so it should be a tactically much tougher opponent. Knight c6. Rui. d3. Okay, I'm just going to play b5 now. And bishop e7. Castle kingside. I'm going to try d5, see if I can get away with that. Girlfriend's texting me. h3. Okay, what about bishop e6? And then when he puts more pressure on the pawn on e5, I go bishop f6. Could try to use this f4 square. I think I'd like to wait for him to move the dark squared bishop first, though, so he doesn't just get to trade it on the first move. Okay, maybe queen d7 here. If he trades on b5, I want to take back on a8 with a rook, and I want to have bishop takes h3 available to me. He's not threatening to take on e5, so I don't have to worry about that so much. What about knight a5, bishop b3, b4? I'm going to lose this pawn if I do that. So let's go rook e8. Okay, I think this is better for black. Which knight do I want to take back with, though? Maybe this knight. Oh, come on. Look at basic tactics. Terrible. I mean, it works out because I could have traded and then played knight takes d3, but still, I should see this stuff. Stop playing like an idiot. Alright, we're going to come back and defend the pawn on e5. Should I play knight b6 afterwards, maybe? Trade the light squared bishops. He might play d4. Takes. He could take a couple times on e6. I don't know who that's better for, but I would have a passed pawn. Okay, that knight is going where? I don't think he's really going anywhere. So let's move the other knight. Bishop takes e6. I have to take with the f-pawn now. If I take with the queen, there's knight takes c7. So gross. But he didn't play it. Okay. I don't know why. Maybe he's struggling as much with tactics as I am. Bishop takes c4. And rook to d8. Queen f5. Maybe queen f5 is interesting. Now we can try to stick a knight on d4 safely. Really just not looking at any tactics. I don't know why. But it is frustrating. Okay, let's bring the knight back to d4. Knight takes, rook takes, e takes, doesn't do anything for white. Okay. I guess we'll go king h8, rook g8, threaten queen takes h3, and knight f3 check. So he should put his bishop on the e3 square. No, he goes queen e3. Okay. King to h8. Really think bishop to e3 was just a good move there. He may end up having to give up an exchange here now that his bishop doesn't have access to that square. Because this knight is extremely strong on d4. Rook g8. Oh, right, the queen is covering both of those attacks. Okay. But what about after knight c2? There's queen d3. Yeah, but then I can trade and play knight takes b4, and I'm up a pawn, technically. No, I had a plan here, so what was it? Maybe just queen g6. He goes g3. I go queen back to f5. g4, knight d4. We'll play knight d4 and then try to do something with these weak light squares. Alright, gotta try to win on time, I guess. All right. And we're up to 2054. Okay. Let's bring this terrible disaster of a catastrophe to an end, and thank you all for watching.